Hello everyone, welcome back to a little more Metroid Prime 100% walkthrough with commentary. So for this part I mentioned last time we're mostly going to be going and collecting a few different upgrades. Now first, if you want to go collect missile expansion through there, I will show you how to do that part later, but for the sake of time I'm going to not do that right now. I'm just going to go for the main ones, grab the energy tank, and head on to Flamethrower. I might not get to that part in this one. So for the runes around here, I'd recommend scanning the ones I'm going to in this order. Just works a little better. There are two of the four, and this will get you access to Flamethrower if you want to just go ahead and fight him right now, but I don't really see a point in doing it. Third rune's over there. And also throughout this part, I'm going to talk a little more about the history of Metroid, just because that seems to be what some of the viewers want to hear, so going to do a little bit of that. So to start with, history-wise, Metroid kind of started out with Samus, of course, and her. It really picked up when she was 3, the story did. When her planet, she lived on an Earth colony, a colony coming from Earth, a distant time in the future. We don't know exactly how long ago, but a distant time in the future. And on this planet, the whatever it was, I'm trying to remember. It was S something. It wasn't SR388 or something, but it was a different, Earth kind of colony planet where the space pirates decided to go for a raid. And so in the casualties, Ridley, the commanding, space pirate general, killed Samus's parents right in front of her when she was 3 years old. So afterwards, the Chozo, though, from the planet of Zebes, or Zebes, came over and decided to, they found Samus as a kid, and so they raised her as their own. So with that going on, she was raised with these, mystical bird-like beings with extremely advanced technology who really liked to share their technology with other people's and try to better all of society, but also saw the technology corrupted and caused a lot of problems, so they wanted to avoid that kind of stuff going on too. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. But later on, Samus went off to join the Galactic Federation when she was older and thought that she could help the galaxy, and pretty much better the people there, and became a bounty hunter, which in the Japanese translation is more of, I'd say, an employee than like an actual bounty hunter, say, because Samus doesn't really work for any other group, and she's not really that rogue. She just is kind of she works for herself. So I guess that does have some aspects of bounty hunting, but at the same time, it's not really your go-to idea of bounty hunter. So that's about it for that part of it. Anyway, what else should I talk about on this one? So, with Samus and her whole, troubled childhood, the Chozo on the planet, when she came back, were all killed off by their own invention of Mother Brain, as we all know from, say, Super Metroid and the plot there. So with that, Samus's entire, family of Chozo, who we don't really know how, she was raised with society-wise, but her entire family was killed off. Her new Chozo family was now killed off by the space pirates in their return. So Mother Brain there had decided it was time for her to rule over everybody else. So she killed off the Chozo there and helped out the space pirates. In exchange, they made her their big commanding leader. If you would say that, pretty much. Yep, okay, so this is one of our probably most challenging puzzles so far in this part is this one, which is the getting to that missile expansion on the far side of the room. There's not really a point in taking down the hives, though, once you've already done so, but I'd say take down these beetles quickly, though, because we will need to get ground access here. So all you gotta do is jump on in one of these things on the block there, and we have access then to the tunnel. Anyway, back to the story. So Samus and her her entire family killed off all that Mother Brain. So Samus went and stopped Mother Brain in the original Metroid, just to end it. So she went, shot Mother Brain in the face a few times, killed the Metroids there, and left. And so that's about where we are at plot-wise up to this point. I could go on to talk a little more about the other plot, but kind of need some future material there. So anyway, so where we're at right now, we're about to grab probably our third energy tank then, after I grab this missile expansion, which is hidden back in this little wall here. Okay, so we don't really have that much left to grab, but I do recommend grabbing all the goodies of the Chozo Ruin before going after Flagra. I mean, you have probably the equipment you need to take him on right now, but I'm not going to recommend you do that. The main reason I do that is because he can be a challenging boss for those who don't yet know his patterns and such, and he can be annoying here and there. So it also just helps later on if you're going back for all the pickups. Here you'll notice is where we got our first energy tank, but didn't have the morph ball, so it couldn't go through this tunnel. Here we have what I like to call the morph ball, like elevator kind of things. If you decide to just flick, you can bypass most of the waiting time. And here we have the transport to Magmoor. We'll be going there later, but if you head there right now without the Varia suit, it will destroy you. So take this door to its right, and you'll find another little ball elevator kind of thing going on here. Blocked it there for a sec. So just roll on up there, and we are good. Yep. Yeah, a lot of morph ball tunnels around here, but I'd say the morph ball is definitely a fun thing to explore a little bit with. But now we're at this area where we get our kind of first little bomb jumping experience. So while I do the easy ones, I'm going to talk a little about it. So the Chozo kind of little script writing thing over on the wall over there, you can see the background. So with that, the Chozo talked this time a little about, I believe, time and space and how they're becoming able to see the future. So this is kind of part of the Chozo's like little backstory kind of thing, is the Chozo are beginning to see the future and also see that technology is not as, doesn't come without costs. So like, comparable to our society, it's like how Earth, you know, when we advance our technology, we also advance industry, and that can cause more problems than we know because we want to advance our own technology but don't think about the consequences of possibly doing that. So the Chozo decided to live in a world where technology is an important part, but mostly to live in the style of the older kind of days. So I believe that's about it for all the pickups. We took a little detour route around, and we got pretty much everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything left. I don't think so. So I think that's about everything. Oh, trigger a few war wasps there, so let's just keep going. Oh well. Whenever you trigger too many war wasps, you can always just run away, you know. And now we are off to take care of Flagra and head on to probably my favorite area in the game, Magmoor Caverns. Now the reason I really like Magmoor is just the music. I mean, I like to play different instruments. I play the cello and a couple of other instruments here and there, and definitely Magmoor is a fun piece to play on the cello, especially. Definitely a fan of that one. So the music in this game in general is just phenomenal. I mean, there's so many atmospheric soundtrack pieces that can make you feel, you know, a little bit interested to excited to scared to a lot of different things. But since we got the runes here earlier, we don't have to do so again. So the door is already unlocked, so we can just head straight up and deal with Flagra himself. And Flagra is not actually as challenging as he might appear, because if you have the space jump boots, he's nothing at this point, because all you have to do is just jump, land, morph ball, and bomb, and he'll be gone in 4 hits with the addition of the cutscenes. But since we don't have the jump boots, it's going to be a little harder, but not much harder. So let's go deal with that. Lay a bomb there, and we are off to deal with it. Missile door. Okay, so some of the enemies around here, this is a little gauntlet kind of thing. It may look challenging, but just shoot the weed in the ground and keep running. not too bad. The loading times in the GameCube edition I've also heard are a little longer for this section, so it's a little nice to have the Wii edition. If you're low on energy at this point, there are usually some pretty big pickups around here. Maybe, maybe not. And here we are. Maybe my favorite boss in the game. So here we go, this is Flamethrower. So what you should do first is stun him, then shoot the little panel there with a charge beam. When you do this, as you can see, Flamethrower falls over and unlocks this little bomb slot. So all you gotta do is roll in and lay a bomb, and he's gone. There we go. So yeah, Flamethrower is definitely he's definitely a little fun fight. The music's pretty good. It's not got my complete favorite track, but it's definitely pretty good. So there are only four different tunnels total. We have one gone now. Every time you defeat him, he gets a little harder. So he has a few different attacks, as you can see. This is the attack that puts these little weed barricades in our way. And know though, if you don't stun Flamethrower, he will flip back these panels when he's doing his thing. So what I recommend is dealing with it as quick as possible. So stun him and then go. Just go to the nearest one of the chutes. It really doesn't matter that much. You may think, okay, it may be easier to go to a specific one later, but also plan your route a little bit ahead of time, because sometimes he'll knock out the panels and then he'll fall over and you only have like 10 or 15 seconds to get to the nearest one. If you have to walk around the entire circle, then it just he'll just come back and I think just be irritating. Really, Flamethrower is not that challenging, I have to say. I don't find him very challenging. He is a little annoying here and there, but missiles will definitely stun him pretty quickly, which is kind of nice. I'm going to take this path, see if it works out. You can also, with the lock-on thing, you can shoot directly into. So it also takes him a good second to prime up like that, so got him again. If you're looking for scans in this part, make sure to scan the roots as one of the scans, as well as Flamethrower. Otherwise, the fight's almost over. Ah well. Now we have to deal with the final stage, though. All 4 panels. History-wise, though, I think Flamethrower is just a mutant plant who's now sitting in the sun chamber and has turned all the acid into all the water in the planet into acid. If that makes any sense. Now, I'm not really sure how he'd actually increase, like, say, the pH of the water, but maybe he has a pretty simple chemical reaction, since plants do play a major role in the network of everything. So make sure to stun him, though, just so he's not going to take down all your progress. And remember again where that last chute is. It's over there, so I'm using that as the last one. That should be all of them. So the timing's almost perfect. Flamethrower, though, if you don't know, also has an artifact that he's holding onto. But if you want to get it, you're going to have to pull off a sequence-breaking move right now to get it. But if you don't really care about it right now, like I do, then just don't. Yeah. But here's definitely a good part. See, all that acid we had to deal with earlier just falling in is now gone. And another question, though, did Flamethrower actually escape, or is he, just gone, Like, he had that little plant kind of just riding away, so I'm going to assume that he's gone, but don't really know. Once again, though, we get a nice little upgrade here. We get back our Varia suit. Now, I'm not really sure, though, what the Varia suit does damage-wise, because in the original Metroid, the Varia suit was a kind of a suit that only did it only reduced the amount of damage that could be done to you. I mean, it was aesthetic, of course. It had this little, it changed you to a purple color, which is now the color of the gravity suit. But in this game, I'm not really sure what the damage like reduction is. All I know is that it does allow you to now travel in heated areas, which is probably the most important part of it. Yeah. A little water though, which is irritating. Once you get the gravity suit later on, it should be less of a problem. Okay, so up here we have our first Bombus that we're meeting. Just roll past him, he's really not that annoying. But another little trick though here, if you do want to sequence break the game a little bit, what you can do is you can sit right here, then fall down slightly to about like right here, and then bomb jump your way up, okay? Let me give it a try just to show you what it's like. Let's see if I can get a bomb jump here. If I get too much damage done to me, I'll quit on this part, but let's see. So just lay a bomb somewhere so that you can get a little extra jump height here. You just gotta get the bomb jump precise. But if you can get this, you can ride up this little skinny rail kind of thing, and you'll make it up to the top, you know, and then you can go back and fight the Chozo ghosts if you want to go ahead and do that already. Let's see, just get me off of here. That ought to do it. Then you can fall to the bottom, and there will be like 50 different war wasps attacking you at once, so just bypass them and jump into the elevator from earlier and head on to Magmoor Caverns. Yeah, really not that hard there, but Magmoor Caverns is definitely a ton of fun, so looking forward to that part. Yeah, definitely the music has to be probably the best part of Magmoor Caverns. Just completely, it's definitely the music. And you may think this area is going to be swarming with shriek bats just because there are like 50,000 of them at the beginning, but no. Also, if you walk into these fire jets, you get just cloudy visions. You just get like cloudy vision, but it doesn't actually do anything to you. So here's our save station. I'm gonna save here, and I will see you guys with part 5 next time. Yep, I think that's about everything there is. Okay, so I'll see you guys with part 5. Goodbye.